Good morning, welcome to Mornings on TV with Luann and Tim. It's nice and warm out this morning.
Is it?
It is.
I didn't pay attention.
There was no dew and water and
dew
on my car this morning. So yeah.
So that. Neither of us slept well.
No, gosh, those nights, right? Where you're like, oh.
I just kept waking up.
It's been 10 minutes. Fall asleep.
I know.
Oh, now it's been 20 minutes. Fall asleep.
The good news was for Mr. Bowser that he got a ride to the shuttle to the set today because I was awake at 5:30. So I thought, what the heck? I guess I'll drive. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome of you.
Yeah. Well, hey, they're having pretty good weather for this. This is pretty nice weather actually. Yesterday,
beautiful
yesterday was
evening. Cold. Yeah.
But it was a beautiful sunny evening.
Yeah, it was gorgeous last night. Yeah.
I'm a little Luann. I don't know this whole Doug Ford thing again.
Oh my word.
You know,
so many people are saying that that's not what it's for.
Well, okay, so he doesn't like what the judge said. Then you know what? Then you appeal. You don't go boot. You don't bring a
right.
Like he's bringing a sledgehammer to kill a fly. And the reason he doesn't want to,
kind of his style.
But you want to know why he doesn't want to go through an appeal process? Because he wants to push this through before the election happens.
Absolutely.
And he's got to do it within the next. There he is. Hello, my friend. He's got to get it done now if he wants to make it happen before the election, and that's why he's using this extraordinary by invoking.
It's unprecedented.
The notwithstanding. Never in Ontario.
Unprecedented.
Never in Ontario.
Never been done. And he's using it because he's not happy with the judge's decision about the numbers of councillors in Toronto.
I don't understand how that is a municipal. How is that a provincial thing? I don't get that.
I saw on Twitter this morning one of a Torontonian was saying, "Gee, I wonder how sick and tired everybody else in the country is hearing of Doug. I almost called him Donald Trump. Doug Ford and his city council issue. Like you've got nothing else to worry about, sir." Like healthcare?
He said, I was elected by 2.3 million people. He was appointed by one man.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know, the judge was not appointed by one man. Justices aren't appointed by one. That's crap. He's lying.
And to be a judge,
there's a okay. So maybe it's an old boys club. Anyway, there's a judiciary committee that decides, and then they pass the recommendations on, and then it's discussed, and then
of course
ultimately it's done by the prime minister through the attorney. Well, the prime minister goes to the attorney general and says, "I recommend this guy," but only after other justices have said that this is a good candidate. It's not like Paul Martin went, boom, one day.
Doug Ford thinks his neighbor did it just to get back at him.
He thinks Dalton McGuinty did it.
Yeah.
Seriously. He didn't even know which place. Anyway, and so
too much.
He wants to have all the power.
It'll be interesting. I wish there was somebody who knew enough, or if it was possible, to say you can't use that.
He can
in this situation.
He can.
Because it's petty. It's, you know what? He got his knuckles slapped and he doesn't like it. So now,
and there's nothing they can do constitutionally. There's nothing we can do.
Oh my gosh! Is that what our Constitution is for?
Well, we could always get a hold of Ross Romano and say, "Don't support this."
Yes.
But then again, like, why do we? Why is this affecting us? Toronto municipal government.
Right. Because it's so extreme is why it's affecting us. I mean, never before in the history of our province. And he's using it because he can't have less councillors on city council in Toronto.
Makes me sick. It makes me as sick as the bins in Toronto Airport. You made the airport bin thing. You freaked me out with that yesterday.
Yeah,
Did you hear what she said yesterday about the security
Those security bins? You put your pants, your shoes and your belt and all that.
But you know what it is? It's the tactile, because they're saying there are 4 types of respiratory viruses. That's what's in those bins. They can give you respiratory infections.
Dirtier than a toilet.
And this is from Finland and Britain, I think, that did the studies. So
it was published in an Ottawa newspaper.
So you need to use hand sanitizer, please. There's the shoes, and so it's really not about the dirty feet. It's actually about the germs that are on our respiratory.
And like I said yesterday, you notice how the officials are wearing the blue gloves because they must know. Like, imagine how sick they must get. Horrible. You know what? We're marking a very sad anniversary today.
2001.
My
It's been
goodness.
17 years since the towers went down.
Does it feel like that to
And
you?
you know, they always, 11 years, no. They always say when the towers went down, but it was so much more than the two towers.
It was. Yeah.
One went into the field, remember
Yes.
that? Was diverted, they
Yes.
think, by passengers. And the other one flew into the
Pentagon. Yeah. And it's interesting.
2,977 victims, 2,996, including the hijackers. And then, that's not even counting 6,000 injured, plus all the deaths that happened beyond from respiratory ailments from the first there. Oh
And
my
that,
God.
I think this year,
There it is,
in the last couple of days, we've heard more of that kind of talk because they're losing people now who fought in,
The first responders.
the first responders. They're losing them to illness, and they know it's from all of that trash
September
that
11th,
they were breathing in for
2001.
September
Do you remember
11th.
do you remember seeing it?
I was actually working at the TV station, CTV,
Yes.
and my former news director, Tony Rima, who's in Sudbury now,
Yeah.
I called in sick. I was sick as a dog, and I never call in sick. And he said, have you turned your TV on? So the biggest news day of the century, and I was sick. So I watched it all day and just became more and more sick. It would just, and you know what? Since then, it's so interesting how there are so many people who think that there's a conspiracy there, that the government actually did it,
To give
so
us an
they would
excuse to
have
go
an
into a-
excuse. And you know what?
To get Al Qaeda.
People have footage. People have pictures. You know, there's a big hole in the ground in Pennsylvania, is it, where they went into
the
the
field?
ground? No airplane, no baggage, no tires, no metal, just a big hole.
Right.
So, you know, there's always two sides to the story, right?
No.
I guess maybe I wonder if people who have that belief are just so scared that they can't.
Can't face reality?
Yeah, I wonder.
Or they just hate America so much.
Yeah.
They hate the opposite party so much or whatever, or the establishment. They don't trust the establishment. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're marking that anniversary today.
We are.
Yes.
And more sad news. Well, maybe not sad. I shouldn't say sad news. Olivia Newton-John has been diagnosed with cancer for the third time.
Oh, gosh.
She underwent a partial mastectomy in '92. She had her breast cancer came back in 2013. It's in her lower back this time, but she is super positive. She says that she's already had some radiation. She's doing some holistic treatments and stuff, natural healing, and using cannabis oil from the crop that her husband grows in California.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So Olivia
Wish her all
Newton-John,
the best.
fight on. Well, you know what she says? I have no doubt I'm going to beat this one too. So good for her.
Good for her. That's awesome. And you know what? We've learned through studies, of course, how important a positive attitude is. You know who I felt so bad for yesterday? Nora O'Donnell. She's on the morning show on CBS.
Okay.
And Les Moonves, of course, was forced to resign.
He was the CEO. Was he the CEO?
Yeah, he was like
CBS,
the senior
executive at CBS.
Yes.
Okay, senior executive.
And she addressed it, which would be awkward. I mean, he's her boss, and she's a journalist, so she had to, in her mind, address it on the desk, and she did. And you could see how upset she was. She had very watery eyes, and she brought up an interesting point. She said, "You know what? We were here with a former anchor 10 months ago, Charlie was also charged. or accused of,
and he's gone.
He resigned. Whether he was forced to or not, we really don't know." And she said it's kind of sad to think that 10 months later, it's still us. We're still the story. But she was eloquent in what she said. She said, "You know what? It's pervasive. It has to change. Women cannot be treated like this. He always treated me with respect." She was just dead on. I thought she did a great job, and she held it together. That would have been hard, man.
I can't believe how we just keep hearing more.
Right?
The stories are never ending. I mean, they just keep turning over another rock, and there's another one.
Yeah, somebody said, one of the pundits last night on some of the newscasts, one of them said, Harvey Weinstein is like a pebble compared to Les Moonves. Like, they're talking millions of dollars if, after the investigation, it's found that he is innocent. $20 million.
If he's innocent.
Yeah. $20 million from his settlement is going to the Me Too organization on behalf of the network. This man has made so much money, and his severance package is outrageous.
And he's staying on as a consultant?
Yes! What is he going to consult on?
They're keeping...
Who wants to ask him any questions?
I don't know.
You know, it's like, and then of course his wife is very popular. She's on
Who's his wife?
Brother,
Brotherhood?
Big Brother.
What do you mean she's on it? She's the producer?
No,
now?
she's the host.
Oh,
gosh,
really?
I can't think of her name now.
On
Isn't
Big
that
Brother?
terrible? Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
How
and
did
she's
she take the news?
Well, what's her name, guys? Julie Chen. Thank you very much,
Julie
guys.
Chen.
Julie Chen, of course. Yeah.
That's
So,
the wall.
yeah. Yeah, so you know, like, and this is, of course, an extension to the first accusation, and she stood by him, but she's on the talk, and
Right, okay, I read that.
she didn't go to work yesterday.
No, she didn't go in.
No,
Wow.
so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, we're here today.
Yeah, and we're going to be happier than that.
We showed up for work today.
Yes, we did.
And who's joining me today? Sean Beaulieu is a police officer from the City Police, and he's involved with the Torch Ride, which is all about fundraising for the Special Olympics. And then also I have Ann Penny coming in from Pauline's place.
Awesome.
Went down and had a meeting with them to find out about the great work they do in the community, so we'll talk to Ann later on in the show. And of course, you've got the news and lots more coming up on Mornings with Luann and Tim, so don't go anywhere on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We'll see you right after this. Cheers.
Cheers.
I am very happy to welcome Sean Beaulieu back, as Constable Sean Beaulieu from the Sault Ste. Marie Police Services. Nice. So, Sean, you never stop with this Special Olympics.
No, actually, we had a very good event this past weekend. We did the Cops and Rodders car show.
I saw that we had the pictures up on Sioux Online.
It was excellent.
I think there was some coverage.
124 cars came out. It's a beautiful sunny day.
Bellevue Park, right?
Over $5,000 raised was excellent.
Over $5,000?
Yeah.
Nice work. And then, of course, we enjoyed so much you and Monique Baker from the OPP going all across Northern Ontario.
Yeah.
That was running for the cause, right? Yeah.
Definitely.
And now we're riding for it.
Now we are riding this coming Saturday, the 15th. We're having the Law Enforcement Torch Ride. And at 10 a.m. is registration at the Husky in the East End.
Okay.
And we're going to ride at 11 a.m. We're going to take off on our motorcycles and go from the Sioux out to St. Joe's Island. We're going to support the Royal Canadian Legion. They're hosting a pancake breakfast, so everybody's going to get a complimentary pancake brunch that we're going to pay for out of the registration.
Okay.
So we support the Legion, and then the rest of the money will support Special Olympics. But then the rest of the day is wide open, so we actually have Jerry Demers, who's retiring this year out at Pancake Bay, the trading post out there.
Yes, okay.
He has given everybody a free scoop of ice cream, so the bait is there. So if you want to have a beautiful, it's supposed to be 27 degrees, so it's going to
Is it on Saturday?
It's going to be beautiful. So
Ooh, I don't have a motorcycle. What do I do?
you can come and drive if you want.
How would I drive? You're going to give me a motorcycle? Are you out of your mind? I can't even balance on a bicycle.
It's meant for motorcycles, but if people want to come and register and just come and drive it, they're
You mean in a car?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I do better on four wheels.
Welcome.
I'm okay on 3 wheels. I'm best on 4. 2, I don't get along with 2 wheels. My
motorcycle does the work.
My bicycle still has training wheels, Sean. Okay, so hang on. A person could come in a car?
Yeah, if they want to.
Because here's
designed for motorcycles.
Here's the fun part, though.
We're inclusive.
Thank you. You don't discriminate against those of us who have no sense of balance. I like the idea of the Sorry, this car's behind me, freaked me out. I think you just made an illegal turn. Sean, I like the idea of the escorted, you're getting escorted to St. Joe's Island.
Yeah, definitely. We have...
do you say St. Joe's Island or St. Joe Island? What do you say?
St. Joe's.
Me too. Okay, so you're meeting at the Husky, and then you get a police escort out to St. Joe's Island.
Yeah, they're going to escort us all the way out to St. Joe's Island, and then after that, everybody's on their own to... we got the Sylvan Circle Art Tour that's going on that day.
Right, okay, so if they don't want to drive backwards to go to Pancake, which is kind of fun, actually, on a nice day, you want to hit the highway, right?
I plan on doing
you want to feel the wind in your...
I was
going to say you want to feel the wind in your hair, but that doesn't apply to you. I'm going to feel the wind in your beard.
Yep.
So if you don't want to drive out to Pancake and enjoy the free ice cream courtesy of Jerry Demmer, you could do the Sylvan Valley Art Tour, which is really cool also. All the different artisans in that whole area.
Great artists out the whole
Sylvan
638 loop.
Yeah.
I think they have the high school at Cass is hosting some artists this year, so there's lots of space there. So
I'm sure if you check out the Sylvan Valley Art Tour, Sylvan Valley Tour on Sioux Online, you'll find out all about it too.
And we'll actually have some flyers at the Legion Hall. So
at the Legion.
Anybody that wants to go and do that from the Legion, they'll have some of their flyers there.
So the pancake breakfast is happening at the Legion earlier for other people, right? Like
it's open to the public.
It's open to the
I believe
public.
They start the pancake breakfast at 8 in the morning.
But they're going to go longer for this day because of you guys, because of the torch ride.
They actually have never hosted a pancake breakfast in the fall, so we got in touch with them back in the spring and asked them to save this date and if they'd be interested in hosting one in the fall for us, and they said yes. So they're going to open up to the public all morning long for breakfast, and then we're going to do brunch. So
do you figure the Legion's going to stay involved with the Special Olympics as far when it sort of unfolds? Is there a role that they could play, do you think, or
you know what, the Legion members, there's lots of different social service groups that are Legion members as well. So we have a number of them coming out. I don't know whether it will be specifically the Legion. I know here locally, the Legion Hall, we will be utilizing their hall.
You will be using the hall and their services.
When we have the games here.
So they're kind of like partners then?
Yeah,
that's nice of them.
We're trying to work with them as much as we can.
If by chance there were other community groups that were interested in partnering or like doing something to support the Special Olympics, how would they get in touch with you? Just maybe a local business or a charity or something who wanted to partner up.
The best thing I can say is for any information regarding the games, go to our website, which is ssm2019games.com.
Okay.
And then there's links on there for volunteers. If you want to make donations, you can make a donation just by credit card in your living room if you wanted to. Or there's contact information to get in touch with our office. There's 5 of us that work out of our office full time from now until the games happen. So there's all our contact information there. Or we're on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. LETR SSM or LETR Sault Ste. Marie.
Now the LETR, I get that in my email and I go LETR and I think, okay, that's the Special Olympics. What does it stand for?
Law Enforcement Torch Run.
Law Enforcement Torch Run.
Special.
I always answer. I just never know what it's going to be till Law Enforcement Torch Run. Okay. So when the Olympics again are happening when? January?
31st of January 2019 to the 3rd of February.
Okay. And how many athletes are we expecting to come to Sault Ste. Marie?
We will have 500 athletes and coaches coming here. And then, again, we have approximately 100 people will be attending the Chiefs of Police meeting that's here.
Okay.
And then we also have a joint Michigan and Ontario Law Enforcement Torch Run Conference taking place at Keewaydin. So in total, when you
add all that together?
Yeah, there's about 300 to 400 police officers that will be at Keewaydin. And then when you bring in the family members of all the athletes, we're looking at about 1,500 people coming to the city for 4 days. So
isn't that brilliant?
It definitely will fill up the hotels in January.
Great. And you know what? Volunteering for that kind of thing would be a blast, wouldn't it? I mean, not only...
Actually, our volunteering will be opening up to the public coming up next week.
Okay.
And we'll be posting out on all our social media looking for volunteers.
What kind of things do all volunteers get to do? Do you have different roles for them to play?
Yeah, definitely. They can be involved in everything from being out at Searchmont and helping to time the cross-country skiers and the snowshoers.
Come on!
Security details when we're doing opening ceremonies at the GFL Memorial Gardens. Every usher's position that we have there. So that will be a great event because it will be a fully televised event. We're expecting between 4,000 and 5,000 people at the arena.
Oh my gosh!
Hour-and-a-half long concert production. So it's a big deal. Yeah.
And your volunteers can go. Oh, that's a great idea. So what a great way to see it close up and in person, and then get to you get to socialize
get your
and
volunteer hours.
If you're in high school, you need those 40 hours. What a way to do it, and get out in the fresh air and enjoy yourself and see a concert and watch the Olympics. Yep. Brilliant. So after the torch, let's go over it again. The torch ride is this Saturday. Is that the 15th?
Yeah, it's the 15th.
Saturday the 15th. There's still time to register, Sean?
Yeah, definitely. You can register online at torchrideontario.com.
Okay.
Or just show up day of.
Really, eh? At the Husky?
Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning. The earlier the better.
Well, because you want to register, you want to get there a little early.
We have T-shirts for everybody that are coming out.
Oh.
But we only have so many of certain sizes, so the earlier you come, then we tried to guesstimate on what our majority of our sizes.
So you get a T-shirt, you get the pancake breakfast, you get the socialization factor, and also the what?
And Reggie's is we're meeting up there afterwards. So
heading back to Reggie's.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, they're gonna have some live music, and that's where it was designed to be the final end of year ride. So get everybody together and social.
Fantastic. Sean, thanks for coming on today. We hope to see you back again the next time you have an event. You know we're here to support you guys. And there you go. For more information, you can check out their website. Again, Sean, that is the website.
SSM2019games.com.
There you go. And that's where you can get all your information. You can find out about the torch ride as well, and volunteering, all that great stuff that we talked about. Sean, we'll see you next time. And stay tuned. We have a little break coming up with me and Luann right after this. Don't go anywhere. My coffee's cold. No, but you know what? I actually stopped to get this on the way. Sometimes on the way into work, I get a little peckish, and so I'll stop and I'll get a little food. Sometimes an orange will do me, but today I needed something. I needed fiber.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for sharing.
Yeah. So well, at least I don't talk about toe jam. So that was yesterday. Anyway, I stopped at Tim Hortons and I got a coffee and a muffin. Mm-hmm. Now, does anybody ever else experience this muffin shame that I experienced this morning? I call it muffin shame because...
You know what? Muffins are very bad for you, Mr. Murphy. Lots and lots and lots of fat in them.
That's not the shame I was talking about, but thank you. Now I feel even worse about my decision.
I just want the other half.
I know that it's a ton. I know that there's a lot of sugar and starch and all that kind of stuff. That's not what I was
talking about. But they're delish.
I know. But here's the thing. They have a lot of muffins at Tim Hortons.
Yes.
And when you go through the drive-thru, I can't always remember all the different kinds of muffins. And sometimes they have specialty muffins.
I was going to say sometimes they have theme muffins.
And sometimes they don't have the muffins that you sometimes always order, right?
Exactly.
So, today I pulled up to Tim Hortons to the speaker and I asked what kinds of muffins they have.
Did you get a...
And I
got another idiot here.
I can understand that because I can just imagine having to go through. We have banana nut. We have raisin bran.
Every day.
How many times a day must you do it?
For sure.
So, okay, Luann.
Put it up on a little list.
Here comes that guy again. Look over your left shoulder. I hate these videos. They freak me out. And there's that one bus that, you know what? If our bus system ran as frequently as the bus on this video behind me.
The bus has to be there because it's the one I'm going to throw you under.
This bus goes every 10 minutes. It's fabulous. Let's move to this city, wherever this is. Anyway, so I was muffin shamed because I didn't know the types of muffins that there are. Now, the other thing that I've noticed about Tim Hortons, has anybody else noticed that it's, what do you call that?
Tailgating.
Tailgating at Tim Hortons. Is this a new thing?
I've never noticed
This summer at the John Street Tim Hortons, you could drive by on a Saturday morning and there'd be people in the back of their trucks and their cars with lawn chairs. And these were not like tourists. These were local Sault Ste. Marie people who choose to bring lawn chairs and sit on the grass outside of Tim Hortons and have coffee on a Saturday morning. Don't you have a yard? There's parks, there's parks all over this city.
Isn't that
Why would you not take your Tim Hortons and go to the waterfront or something? They sit in lawn chairs on John Street on the patch of grass. I don't get it. Can someone please explain that? I don't know if it's the same ones every week that did it, but why? I don't know why.
Isn't that interesting? Because like you said, there's so many gorgeous green areas in
the bikers do it too down on the Bay Street one.
Right?
No, these are all Sault Ste. Marie motorcyclists who all go down to the Tim Hortons at Bay Street and they sit in the parking lot and they drink their Timmies and stand there. It's right across that street. I don't understand. There's a fascination that people have with Tim Hortons parking lots. Can you explain it to me? Does anybody watch us? I'd like to hear. If you have answers, how do they get a hold of us?
I wonder why.
If you're one of those people who tailgates at Tim Hortons, explain it to me.
Yeah, please.
Or if you have a friend or family who do that, just let me know.
You know.
Because I've got a lovely backyard. If you know.
But you know what?
Come on over. I'm just blocks away.
There is a tradition, though, of course, of retirees getting together and having coffee at Tim Hortons at the mall or going, right? So they all gather there. So maybe some of them don't want to drive
But in the
that
mall,
far.
wait a minute, then they don't have. I could see if you're in the mall because you're in the mall, but when you drove to Tim Hortons, you have a car, you just drove there.
It's an odd thing, isn't
It's
it? Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's one of those things.
I don't know.
Tailgating at Tim Hortons.
Yeah. it's a
And you
thing.
know what? Maybe we need to start doing that and do it upright. Like we
Ooh,
need some barbecue.
No, let's do the tailgate like they did when I was at West Palm Beach for that gay polo tournament.
Okay.
I hosted a gay polo tournament in West Palm Beach, Florida. Well, actually, Wellington. Rich! And it's a big, huge fundraiser for HIV, AIDS, and stuff. And anyway, all these rich people go and they play polo, but they have these sponsors, and the sponsors all set up tents and they do chandeliers because there's awards for like the most
Oh, right.
chandeliers and crystal and fine china
Let's
and
do it.
cocktails, and we could do that at Tim Hortons.
We're going to do the tailgating. We have to go now.
Okay.
Yeah,
what
so-
happens now? News.
Now, I'm going to throw to a commercial break right now, and
then-
then when we come back, I'll have some news for you. So please stay tuned to Mornings on TV with Luann and Tim.
It's cold. I don't want it. You gonna go on your motorcycle on Saturday? On the torch ride with all
Absolutely. I sit on the handlebars.
Have you ever ridden?
Jim drives.
Does Jim drive a motorbike?
No.
Oh, have you ever ridden a motorbike?
Both my brothers have one.
Really?
They're fun.
Really?
I love going fast.
Do you?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
I once-
Like fast
I had-
skidoos and fast boats.
When I lived on, I forget somewhere. Oh, when I lived in Cancun, I had.
How could you forget you live in Cancun?
No, I
like
live-
seriously. When I lived in, let me see, what's that Cancun?
There were a few sunny places, and but I couldn't remember. I had a scooter. I rented a scooter
Oh,
because
yes.
because we lived in the jungle, and I had to drive into the hotel every day. And they have a lot of speed bumps in the tourist areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so and they'd sneak up on you if you weren't paying. And so
Yes.
one time I braked too hard and I went right over the handlebars, and
Did you?
thank God for how I skidded on my helmet. Yeah, no, and I
Explains
wrecked
so
myself.
much, doesn't it?
No, I know. I'm not good on two
Explains.
wheels, Lou.
No, apparently not.
No, so no motorbiking for me.
No motorbiking. You know, earlier we were talking about the fact that this is a sad marking of an
11th.
anniversary for September 11th. And of course, all over Twitter this morning, everybody's, tweeting about it in remembrance of, and, 3,000 people almost died. Nora O'Donnell, that I mentioned earlier.
Yes,
CBS.
yes.
She asked the FBI director this morning if he was able to give her a number of all of the terrorist cases that he's had to investigate over this past year. He said there were 1,000 homegrown extremist violent investigations and 5,000 terror investigations just this year.
Honestly,
Isn't that just
it's terrifying. Oh, terrorists are terrifying.
homegrown?
1,000 homegrown and 5,000 from elsewhere outside the 1,000 home
Like, that's a lot of people.
that want to
So scary.
kill people
Yes.
because they disagree with
Yeah.
their lifestyle.
Yeah, you
Or I
wonder
guess-
if there's another way to
Western civilization, is that what they just hate the fact that
I guess it's
think we're-
America mostly,
it's destroying the world because they are corrupt and
Yeah.
and
and they're, big and powerful, of course. So they're gonna get the brunt of that fear. People think that.
and because and they,
I know it's horrible.
why do you always gotta come on and depress me?
Okay, talk about something else.
Let's talk about In the Ring
In the ring.
with Rory Ring and the mayor.
That was interesting,
Things
right?
are getting I don't
Yeah.
know. Where are the other two? Aren't there
There's
four,
that.
Aren't there
There's
four
that.
of them four candidates
Yes.
for mayor?
Yeah.
The other two are pretty they're hello.
Well, it's interesting because Rory Ring, who is, as you may
firing.
know, the former CEO of
He's on
the
leave.
Chamber of Commerce, he's on a leave of absence.
Yeah.
With regards to the back taxes from Algoma Steel, SR.
That was one issue.
Yes. Mayor Provenzano stayed very quiet on that. So the interesting part for me is that last night at the council meeting, Mayor Provenzano stood up for himself and was eloquent and direct, as was Rory Ring. So this is going to be a really, really interesting campaign, and hope you pay attention.
Two different perspectives. You've got the mayor, and then you've got a man who was who worked with the city businesses.
Right.
So we'll see where we're at. So
absolutely.
Anyway, I'm coming up with Ann Penny from Pauline's Place after this break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Now, you might think that when you're talking about a residence for a homeless youth or people who are down on hard times, that it might be kind of, but not when you hang around with the executive director of Pauline's Place, Ann Penny. You are a bundle of dynamite. I've met with you a couple of times, and your energy is incredible, Ann. Now, your background is what? Where does this come from, this passion for youth and doing good stuff? I almost see you hang out with a lady from Newfoundland and you start to curse. You do good stuff.
From home, see, big families.
Now, you were born and raised in Newfoundland?
Cape Breton.
I'm sorry. Oh.
Newfoundland's cool, though.
Well, Cape Breton, that's a whole other province.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know. So you had to go across the, what do you call that? The
Causeway?
Causeway. Yes. Yeah. So anyway.
Both ways.
Did you go to school in Nova Scotia?
Yes, I did, and I went to school in Halifax and Fredericton. Yeah.
Okay. Was social services always your thing?
Yep.
Yeah. And then when did you come to Ontario?
I moved to Ottawa to work in a home for battered women in the late 80s.
What? See, now she's giving away the age.
I know. I was trying to figure out how to do that, but...
And then, Pauline's Place. When did that start for you?
Pauline's Place started itself in May of 2014. I started in July of 2015.
Oh, okay. So you came in pretty early on.
Yeah.
So it's been around for just over 4 years now. Mm-hmm. So how, for people who don't know, let's just give a basic overview of what Pauline's Place is, why it's there, and what you do. How's that sound? That's a lot of questions, isn't it?
That's 8 minutes, eh?
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, it was formed because why? The organization.
It was started as a homeless shelter for youth 16 to 21.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then, was it always in that residence where you are now, this place on Queen Street?
We used to be up at PIM.
Yeah.
And we started with 8 residents, then we went to 10, then we went to 12.
So you have room for 12 residents in this building on Queen Street?
We have room on Queen Street for 12 youth and 7 women.
Oh, really? You can do 19 people in that house?
Yes.
They do the math. And you have a staff of?
About 6 or 7.
And they are there 24/7?
Yes.
You have round-the-clock supervision?
Yes.
Okay, that's a lot of people for not a lot of staff. Your staff must work very hard.
My staff do work very hard, and my staff are probably the best staff you're ever going to get.
You say they're not in it for the money, that's for sure.
No, I know they're in it for caring about people. They care very much about everybody that comes into that house.
And who are the people who come into that house, and what are some of the stories, or tell me.
Sometimes with youth, if they're having problems at home, they come in and we just work with them to get them back home. If we can't get them back home, then we teach them to get their own place, get groceries, budgeting, everything I don't know how to do. Bad budgeter.
That's why you have the staff.
Yeah.
Do you work with other agencies then? You must partner with other agencies in town.
We work with John Howard, we work with APH, CMHA,
Algoma Family Services as well?
Algoma Family Services,
right.
United Way, DSAB, anybody that can come in to help whatever needs that the people that are in the house need at that time.
So let's say, okay, so I'm a 17-year-old and I've had a rough time at home and I'm out and I come to Pauline's Place, and so what you're going to do is you're going to make me get out of bed in the morning.
Yes.
Yes, like
We're
7
gonna
o'clock,
make you go to
7:30.
school.
I have to go to school, and if I'm not going to school, I have to be out looking for a job. And if I'm not out looking for a job, I've got to be doing some sort of sessions, whether it's at John Howard or some sort of training or counseling, whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
So you got to fill your day.
Yeah.
You don't just get to come and sit in that house.
No.
No. And then what happens do they have responsibilities in the house as well, Anne?
Absolutely. They do chores, like I said, giving them the tools to be able to live on their own and to succeed, to have safe, affordable housing, to be able to succeed in their life. Part of that is cleaning, cooking. They do a lot of talking with the staff, telling the staff if they have problems or what's going on in their life, and we try to set them. It's kind of like,
because the staff they're all trained social workers.
Yep.
So they're there for a reason. They're there to talk to these kids and help these kids, and not just kids, as you say, women too.
they're trained human beings too. It's easy to talk to someone when respect goes a long way. People are there the same reason you or I could be there.
Right. Right.
It's what happens in your life.
Life happens to all of us.
I wish I would have said that.
You can use that.
Okay, thank you.
Now, and Pauline's Place isn't the only residence you have on the go.
No, we also
You've
have.
expanded.
Yep,
Yeah.
we did.
Where'd you go?
Down the road.
You went east.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and you've
Down
got
east and a little.
more residences there for families.
Yes, we have 2 apartments for families that find themselves homeless, and we do the exact same thing. We, try to find safe, affordable housing, and again, our supports come in, work with them. Again, it's a situation like.
And I say this a lot. Without a roof over your head, how do you even make a start at turning your life around, or you know what I mean? Accommodation, safe accommodation is one of the most important, and a meal.
Yep.
Housing and a meal are 2 of the most important things to be able to have that before you can start making any changes in your life. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, if people want to help at Pauline's Place, do volunteers get involved at Pauline's Place?
We have volunteers. I have to say, Sault Ste. Marie's been amazing.
Yeah.
Like, we have people who donate all the time. We do also have a gigantic garage in the backyard.
I saw that when I was there.
Yes, you did. You
Yes.
were right there.
What's in there? All kinds of stuff.
We get furniture.
I saw all kinds
It's
of
a stuff garage.
It's
Yeah.
a stuff. And what do you do with that stuff?
We give it away.
Okay.
Well,
Really?
people donate like furniture.
Yeah.
And when you're right, I agree with you that people need a home. They need a roof, but they also need a couch.
Yes.
Pots and pans, dishes, cutlery.
Yeah.
So I think in that garage, when people get an apartment, we try to give them what they need to get into that apartment.
Now I get it. I didn't know it was in that. Now I understand why that garage was full of stuff.
It's because we're hoarders.
Because you give stuff to people when they want to get a new start. Oh. Okay, listen. That was 8 minutes. I know.
Wow.
I know. So now you have to come back. So
I win.
Tiffany's sitting there and she's like, "Oh, well, did we get everything in, Tiffany?" Yeah. She says, "Yes, we did good, Ann." All right. You know what? Come back at another time and let's talk some more about the stuff that you do, or make Tiffany come and talk. And if you guys ever do fundraising and stuff, let us know. We'll help you out with promotion and stuff like that. Any events you got.
Very
going on,
important.
all right?
Fundraising is a big deal.
So
thank you very much for having us.
you have a website?
Yes, we do.
What is it? www.paulinesplace.com. That was easy. Go there and find out how you can help Pauline's Place. And in the meanwhile, don't go anywhere because Luann's coming right back after this. We'll see you in a minute. Thanks, Ann.
You're welcome.
Some people come into the studio and you just get this energy from them.
Yes.
And Ann Penny, I got a
goodness.
buzz off of Ann Penny.
Seriously.
I feel bad that I thought she was from Newfoundland, but it was the East Coast thing. She's so much fun.
Wow, she's like 5'0",
When I-
weighs 4 pounds, and she comes in here just like woo.
Ooh.
Yeah,
and when I
awesome,
went over there,
awesome.
it was so cool. I went over to just to see Pauline's Place. I'd been there before, but I went down to sit and chat with them. So we're all sitting in these chairs in the driveway outside that garage.
Oh, right.
And we just sat, I was there for an hour and a half, as you can imagine. It was like,
Gosh.
the conversation was fascinating. She loves her job and she loves
Isn't
the
that
youth.
awesome? They're so lucky to have her. I remember.
We're lucky to have Pauline's
Yes.
place in this city. for
I
our
remember when
youth.
Pauline's Place had their first day. I did an interview on location
Did you?
there. Boy, they have come a long way.
Lou, what would you do? You're 16 years old, you're on the street. Where else
Imagine
would
that.
you go?
Imagine.
And it's kind of sad when you're 15 and on the street, they can't take you in.
I know.
You got to
like,
go to
that's
Children's Aid and call the police. But what are you doing kicking your kids out of the house at 15? Smarten up. Anyway.
do that. Don't do
that. That's it for our day?
Yeah, we're done already.
This went by so quickly.
Didn't it?
What day
Because
is
we're
tomorrow?
having fun.
Tomorrow's Hump Day.
Hump
Hey, it's
Day.
Wellness Wednesday tomorrow. I have Canadian
Ooh.
Mental Health Association coming on to talk about how to stay well.
That's what we need to do. Winter's coming.
Yeah.
Got to stay well.
Stay positive, folks.
Here and here.
All right, so we'll see you tomorrow morning on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim. Thanks for tuning in today. Have a great day.
Bye.